Hey gaming fans, so today's another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile, and this one's for the Genesys format that I built it for anyways. You probably could play it in other formats, but this is mainly for the Genesys format. So this is Necroface deck out, or mill, however you want to say it. Basically, you're going to try and use your Necroface as much as possible to banish 5 cards from your opponent's deck and deck them out. So Necroface, if you're not familiar, is a zombie. When it's normal summoned, you shuffle all removed from play cards into owner's decks. This card gains 100 attack for each of those cards. So I guess in a backup situation, if you're not going to deck your opponent out, you could go on the offense and be aggressive with this guy if you banish enough cards and then boost his power. And then if the main thing on this card though is if he's removed from play, both players remove the top 5 cards from their deck. So you want to try and banish Necroface as much as possible in this deck, so we're going to get to that. So we're going to play 3 copies of Necroface. Then, to help us also deck your opponent out, we're going to play 3 Needleworm. This is also just a common, card for decking out your opponent. Basically, flip face up, and your opponent takes 5 cards from the top of their deck and throws it into the graveyard. So, again, that's another 5 cards. Then we're going to play Sangan because he could search out most of your stuff. He can grab your Necroface, you can grab your Needleworms, and most importantly, grab your Cyberjar. So because this is a Genesys format, I have to be careful with the points. So I couldn't put in like Morphing Jar. I don't think I had enough. There was enough points for it. But he's like 30 or 33 points for Cyberjar. I think Morphing Jar is the same. I went with Cyberjar because it clears the field, potentially clears the field, and just fetches you more cards and gets you what you need. Also because he's a dark, which it can be important in this deck. Then we got, for defense, we got 3 Battle Faders because we want to stay alive while we're doing our shenanigans. And the same thing with Swift Scarecrow. Again, you're going to hold on to these and then hopefully stay alive if your opponent tries to attack you. And for the final monster, I threw in 1 Dark Magician of Chaos. Mainly because it's dark and we are doing a lot of banishing, and we're going to have a card that will special summon from the banish pile. So he's pretty good if he's normal or special summon. You get to target 1 spell card in your graveyard to add to your hand. So that's a pretty powerful effect to get back some of your powerful spells. And we have a way to special summon him. I mean, I guess if you are defending enough, you could also tribute summon him if you get two monsters on the field. But that's not your main goal in this deck. So, of course, we're going to go with Gold Sarcophagus. This is 10 points each, so that's 30 points. Select and remove from play 1 card from your deck. During your second standby phase after activation, add it to your hand. So, obviously, you're going to go for your Necroface to banish him for to start milling out the opponent. You are milling yourself at the same time, so you got to be careful about that you don't deck yourself out. You could do it on your own turn, but you got to make sure that your opponent's going to be decked out on their turn, or else if you go to your turn, you'll draw and lose the game. So you got to be careful about that. And then we got 3 Allure of Darkness. Same idea. This is why we're playing cards like, well, Dark Magician of Chaos is dark, Sangan, and Necroface is your main go-to card for that. So you draw 2 cards and then banish Necroface. And the cool thing with Necroface is if he banishes another copy of himself, that's another 5 cards off your opponent's deck. So you're just constantly going after that Necroface to banish him. Then we're also playing 2 Interdimensional Matter Forwarder. Now I got this card mainly for another deck I have in mind, but I thought it actually works in this deck too. You can target 1 monster on the field, banish it, then return it to the field. So if your Necroface is on the field, you can banish it, get his effect off, and then he comes back to the field. If he could survive another turn, you can do it again. I think you could also activate this on your opponent's turn. I don't see anything that says you can't. If your opponent activates a card or effect, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field whose effects are negated and banish it. I don't think you'll be using that, really. Then return it to the field. Before resolving an opponent's effect that targets this card on the field, so if they try and MST it, banish this card until the end phase of your next turn, and then you can only use it once per turn. So this is basically, it's just going to sit there and hopefully keep banishing your Necroface to keep milling out your opponent. Then we got one DD Different Dimension Reincarnation. This is one spell that can revive from the banish pile. You discard one card, target one of your banished monsters, special summon it in face-up attack position, and equip it with this card. If this card leaves the field, destroy the equipped monster. So that was where I was one of the cards that I say will bring back your Dark Magician of Chaos to retrieve one of your spells that you might need. Or if you need to start attacking for whatever reason. I put in one Soul Absorption. I mean, this is just a fun kind of card in this deck. Each time a card is removed from play, the controller of this card increases their life points by 500. So this can give you a lot of life points. Again, it's going to help you stay alive if your opponent starts attacking you. So each Necroface is going to banish 5 cards. So that's 5, 10, 50, 20, 2,500 life points. So there you go. And if you're constantly banishing stuff, you're going to gain a lot of life. This is another one I thought would just be a one of as well. Kind of a fun card. Chaos Zone. So each time a monster is banished, place one chaos counter on this card for each of those monsters. Once per turn, you could remove 4 or more chaos counters from your field. Then target one banished monster with the level equal to the number of removed and then special summon that target. So again, that's another card to special summon. You're going to be banishing a lot, so you can probably special summon any card with this. And then when this card on the field is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can add one light or dark monster from your deck to your hand whose level is less than or equal to the number of chaos counters. So it's gonna, if they destroy it, it's gonna search out. If not, you're gonna be able to special summon with it. It's really cool. I threw in one Book of Tayu. This will just help you speed up the process for your Needleworm. You can set a Needleworm and just like flip it up, or your Cyber Jar, I should say, as well, and just get it going on your turn if you need to. And of course, to help with survival and to, well, this card plays a lot of parts in this deck. Book of Eclipse, I think it's like 3 points each, or 6 points, or 7 points, I don't know. I can't remember now. But there is points to this in Genesys format. But basically change all face-up monsters on the field to face-down defense position, and then during the end phase, flip all face-down defense position monsters your opponent controls face-up, and your opponent draws 1 card for each. So basically you're going to flip possibly your Needleworm, your Cyber, well, you can't, if you special summon your Cyber Jar from the banish pile, you can flip him back down and then get his effect back off. And the effect of making your opponent draw cards is not going to help them when you're trying to deck them out. So they're the traps. We're going to go with 3 present cards. Again, this is just to help with the milling, or the, decking out your opponent, because that's the whole point of this deck. And you want to get more cards out of their deck than your own. So your opponent discards your entire hand, then draws 5 cards. You can only activate 1 present card per turn. So this is going to take 5 cards off their deck. Of course, it's going to give them a new hand, but you're going to be milling them, and that's going to be hopefully going to kill them. Then we got, again, Escape from the Dark Dimension. This is going to bring a banished monster back from your banished pile to the field. So target one of your banished dark monsters, special summon that target. When this card leaves the field, destroy that target, and if you do, banish it. So this works really well. You can bring back your Necroface if you need to. You can bring back your, where is he? This guy, Dark Magician of Chaos. So if he gets banished, you can bring him back, and then you get to use his effect to return a spell to your hand. And finally, Threatening Roar. I'm thinking that maybe this should be Wabaku instead, because maybe you might want your opponent to still be able to attack, just not do any damage, just to get your flip effects off. But either way, also, once your opponent attacks once, you can't activate Threatening Roar, I believe. I'm not sure. There's probably a ruling there. But, so, yeah, this is just to help stay alive, to keep your Needleworms, your Necroface, whatever you need to do. If you have your Interdimensional Matter card out, you want your Necroface on the field to stay there so you can keep banishing them. So Threatening Roar is just going to keep you alive and keep you decking out your opponent. Now, this is a 40-card deck. I originally had, like, extra, not these guys, I had extra 3 cards. I had another Dark Magician of Chaos. Where is it? These cards here. I had these cards in here as well, just to make the deck a little bit bigger. I just felt it kind of went a little bloated. But Ultimate Providence I thought was kind of neat. It's like a Solemn Judgment. You don't pay life points. You just have to discard a card with the same card that you're trying to negate. And I thought, and it's 0 points in Genesys format. But I just felt that it made the deck a little bit slower. You really want to get to your Necrofaces in here. And you really want to get the chance that when you banish a Necroface, you hit another Necroface. So, you know, I just thought maybe making it 43 cards was a little bit much. Anyways, you can play around with that. Let me know what you think. Throw some comments down below. Let me know what you think of the deck and what you think would be a good tech to put in here. Hope you subscribe, and we'll talk to you later.